moves us into our first finals preview, which I'm really excited about. 4 games, 2 in Adelaide, 2 in Tassie. Never thought I'd say that heading into a final series. Must say, I'm absolutely shattered to hear that the bye is going to be between the prelim and the final. I know it might be due to the fact that they still don't even know where it's going to be and stuff like that, and they need time to prepare, but I think it's going to be a serious buzzkill. But anyway, at least we don't have to buy now. Short-term satisfaction in lockdown. Weekend with no footy wouldn't have been that fun while we're still in lockdown here in Melbourne. But first game of the weekend, Pilch's mighty Port Adelaide Power up against the beloved Geelong Cats on this podcast at the Adelaide Oval. Port are the favourites. The line's 4.5. We'll start with Rowie, the unbiased opinion on the panel. Who are you backing here at the line?
Just quickly, I was disappointed at first to hear the announcement of that bye happening before the granny. There will obviously be that buzzkill effect. However, it does give the opportunity for anyone concussed to still play. And also, we should have the Brownlow between that period of time, so I guess there's something. But at the end of the day, there will be a bit of that weird sort of gap. But it is what it is. If there's any chance of us getting out of lockdown, it'll be in that period rather than, this week coming up. So it's better to have as much footy as we can in the short term. But basically, I know it's tough, this one. My philosophy going in was that the Cats, I think, we're going to win the whole thing, because I think in a year where there's so much uncertainty, it might be the team that's got the most experience that come out on top. So for that reason, I might go the Cats. I don't know. It wasn't the worst result, them actually losing, because I think playing Brisbane's going to be pretty scary. And I think, no offense, Pilch, but I think Port are still obviously a very vulnerable team, just because of their record this year against top 8 teams. Their win over the Dogs was obviously very sort of emphatic, but it'll be interesting to see how they play this weekend. If they win, then credit to them, because they definitely deserve it. But at the moment, I'm probably just going to go the Cats.
Yeah, I'm going to tip the Cats as well, just because I tipped the Dogs last week and Port won, so going to try and stick to that method. But Pilch, I know you're walking on thin ice right now with your jinx and anti-jinx beliefs, but if you care to indulge us in how you think this game will go, what you think the result will be, any indication, blink twice if you think Port's going to win, anything. What do you think about this game, mate?
Firstly, the last 20 seconds of that Geelong-Melbourne game, you would honestly think they tanked it. It was that bizarre. But in terms of this game, I'll be tipping Geelong by probably not quite as much as the 07 grand final, but like in that sort of Geelong in a tight one.
Yeah,
it'll be a cracking contest.
Yeah, I won't interrogate further, because I don't know if that's your
contest of the year. Actually, I'm predicting.
Yeah, I have to say a lot of games at the Adelaide Oval seem to be good games. So especially primetime finals, I'm very excited for it. That moves us into the first Tassie game. Sadly for Redos, it's in Launceston. So shout out. Don't know if he could get there anyway because he had soccer, but pretty relevant for those listening. Shout out to Reynolds. It is the Sydney Derby, though. What do they call it? The Battle of the Bridge, I think. Sydney are the favourites going into it. The line's 8.5. Jesus, I actually have no idea here. Roy, what do you reckon?
Ooh, I don't either. All these games, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm stuck, but which is great. But everyone's saying Toby Green going to be a huge factor, going to win it for them. I think the firepower GWS's forward line is going to be huge. But Sydney have Buddy, so yeah, look, it could come down because I think Callum Mills is probably going to miss this game, or we're unsure at the moment, but he might. And I think Kennedy is going to be coming off an injury, so whether GWS can take advantage of that in the middle. Be interesting to see, but I might just back the favourite in the Swans, just because other than that, I really don't know who's going to win this one.
Yeah, Pilch?
Yeah, I'm very keen for these remaining 3 games. Not keen at all for the first game. Probably would rather die than watch it, but so I'll be downing 3 bottles of wine. But this is actually the easiest game to tip for me. I think the Swannies are a miles better team than the Giants. Last time the Giants played in Tassie, I believe they drew with North Melbourne and just played like absolute shite. So I don't think they like the actually, I don't know if it was the same ground, but they don't like it down in Tassie. So if the Swans rock up, I think they take this by 6 goals. So them at the line.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, this is a tough one. I'll be going for the Giants. Actually, I don't care. I like both of them. I'll probably be going for the Giants, but yeah, if Sydney beat Gold Coast by 20 points, I think I would tip the Giants. But just the way the Sydney Swans disposed of a somewhat talented side in the Suns so emphatically, I think I'm going to have to tip them. I don't know if I want to, but yeah, hopefully Buddy doesn't kick like 10. Actually, I don't know. That's kind of cringy from me, but like he is.
I could see him kicking 20.
His dick's been sucked enough. Now, Sammy Taylor, mate, absolute wet. Our 22 under 22 fullback. Actually, I don't even know if he was in your team, but Saturday night prime time. Actually, I'm assuming it's Saturday because I think the Doggies game's Sunday, but I'm guessing there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Melbourne, Brisbane. To my surprise, it's at the Adelaide Oval. Had no idea before writing this segment up. Melbourne head into it. Favourites line is 6.5. Pilch, are you backing your beloved Melbourne or your beloved Brisbane, mate?
Yeah, looks enough with the beloved calls, mate. But both, I like both these teams in Adelaide, but I'm just gonna have to go with Melbourne at the line as well.
Yeah, you're very very interesting
superior
location, mate. At the moment, what's going on there?
Oh, it's an important factor.
Yeah, it's true. I've never heard you talk about it though. Now you're frothing it, but it actually is an interesting point. I never really factor it in, but like ground sizes legit matter. But Rowie, who are you backing in here?
At the moment, Melbourne's probably the only team I would have that would beat the Lions in this final series. So I'm going to back Melbourne. I think it's going to be an awesome game, but yeah, I think Melbourne's defense will be too good for Brisbane's attack, and I think Melbourne will be able to get enough goals to win this one.
Yeah, I'm with you, boys. Clean sweep. Back in Melbourne. If it was at the Gabatoir, I'd probably go Brisbane, but at any other ground in Australia, I'll be taking the D's.
Yeah. I still think the Lions are home ground bullies as well. Not sure if I'm a believer in them away from home at any ground, to be honest.
Yeah, I actually don't hate that theorem. But Sunday, first Sunday final in a while. Not sure when the last one was, but I read that somewhere. First one in a while. Maybe since like the pre-finals bye or something. Read that the other day. Doggies playing the Bombers in Launceston once again. How can Launceston be hosting 2 finals? What's the world come to? Doggies line is 10.5. Mate, I hope these games are all close because they legit seem like they're all going to be tight. Rowie, are you backing in the Doggies to get the job done?
I'm backing in the Bombers with this one. I think this is one upset I reckon will happen. I'm predicting the Dogs to go out straight away. I reckon the firepower of Essendon's forward line is going to be too much. You know, Peter Wright could kick a bag. You got Jakey Stringer, Tipper, all these blokes that can do a lot. So, I think without Bruce, I know he's obviously not the best. Well, obviously he's had a very good year, Bruce, but he's not like Tipper's not playing. I don't know why I said that. But obviously Bruce, he's not like a superstar of the competition, but I think he's really important to their lineup. It takes a lot of ease off Norton's shoulders. So one of them always cops that second tall, but without him, we saw it happen on the weekend. They lack, apart from the first few minutes of the game, they lack an ability to score. So yeah, I'm going to be backing in the Bombers here. I reckon they're going to be too good.
Yeah, fair enough. Pretty sure the Doggies played in Launceston like 2 weeks ago against Hawthorn, but and did not go well. So that's going to be interesting. I'm actually going to back the Doggies head-to-head, Essendon at the line. I think a line of 10.5 is a bit generous, but Pilch, who are you backing in here?
Yeah, this for me, aside from the first game, is very hard to tip. But I can see an outcome where like Bontempelli and all that just come out with an absolute vendetta, and they hit their earlier season form. And also, we all know what Essendon are like in finals. You know, they still finish the season like 11-11 or whatever. So they're not. I wouldn't be calling them a good team. So I could see the Dogs also winning by 80 points, and for that reason, I'll be taking the Dogs.
Yeah, fair enough. It would be cool to see Essendon win, but at the same time, they've probably got.
I can definitely see them getting up.
Not sure if I can handle the absolute shit talk that we'll cop from our mates. So, yeah, kind of hope the Doggies get up. With the greatest respect to Peanut Tails and Noz, but yeah,
no respect
so
from
me. That's it for another week of the On the Ball Potty, the great All Australian special. As I mentioned at the start, the flagship show of the potty, and then talk dribble around it pretty much. Excited for all 4 games. Hopefully I'm going to actually watch some this weekend because I have successfully run an AFL podcast all season and have hardly watched any footy, but as I'm sure you are all aware by my All Australian team. But yeah, hoping it's all good. Go Port, I guess. Don't have to say go Saints this week unless we're talking about on the sesh or something, but
mate, Hannahs and Crouch will be on the sesh. They're probably still going from the other night, but
mate, I don't know.
Yeah, good on them.
Like, I don't know where they were, but like if these teams were in bubbles like elsewhere, like I just would not be coming back to Melbourne. But anyway,
no.
Yeah, I don't know where they've been, but Pilch, hope Port get up, mate. Don't want to say anything further. Don't want to jinx it. But yeah, thanks for joining me again, boys.
It's a miracle! Oh yeah! What about that one? Unbelievable! Balotelli, Aguero! Crowd cheers. Here's Siddle.